Imagine waking up early one morning. You turn on the TV while having breakfast, and some guy in a suit announces that AI has wiped out every creative job in the world. Your favorite authors, musicians, and film directors have just been replaced by a machine that can do their work faster and more efficiently. How likely will we face this scenario in the next 5 or 10 years? Should we really start worrying? And which jobs will disappear first?
There will come a point where no job is needed. The AI will be able to do everything.
How dangerous can AI really be? A lot of people are scared that AI will leave them jobless. Even Elon Musk thinks that one day robots will outnumber humans on Earth. But if that were to happen, the world as we know it would end. Unemployment would reach record highs, driving billions of people into the streets to reclaim their jobs. And that could trigger the biggest war humanity has ever seen. One so violent, it would make World War look like a tea party. Everyone would grab a bat, a stick, or whatever they could find and start smashing robot heads in the streets. However, if every job on Earth were replaced by a robot, that would also mean that we'd have robotic police officers and robot soldiers. So robots would start seeing us as a threat to their existence. Depending on how intelligent they are, they could beat us down, imprison us, or shoot us on sight. These robots might even decide to release a toxic chemical to wipe out all life on Earth. They could bomb our nuclear plants and rebuild the planet from scratch. Because for a robot to replace a human, it needs to be as smart, if not smarter than us. And I'm not talking about no ChatGPT or Gemini. I'm talking about a superior form of life that doesn't sleep, eat, or get tired. Of course, this is a dramatization of the worst case scenario. But even if these robots were peaceful, we'd still be in trouble.
Finish him!
Why everyone would be in danger? Yes, even you. You might think you won't be replaced if you're an AI engineer, right? However, if the entire world lost their jobs, you'd have a mob of hungry, angry, and desperate people coming after you. Hundreds, even thousands of people would try to break into your house just to feed their families or survive the winter. Trust me, you'd rather live in The Walking Dead than be the last person on Earth with a job. And if robots evolve to such an extent, they'll be capable of maintaining themselves, which means none of us will be needed anymore. Luckily for us, AI isn't as smart as everyone thinks.
African country that starts with K.
While there are 54 recognized countries in Africa, none of them begin with the letter K. The closest is Kenya, which starts with a K.
I don't know what would happen in the coming years, but one thing is clear. Humans will never stop working because our values lies in our ideas. Take a look at what's happening in the creative industry since the rise of ChatGPT. We have more generic articles and videos than ever. Yet, the same articles, books, and videos fail to entertain us. As a result, AI-generated content produces terrible results. And I don't know about you, whenever I click a video and hear that AI voice, I immediately close it. Because I'd rather listen to someone stutter for 10 minutes than hear a monotone robot's voice. It just makes me uncomfortable. Yet, some content creators insist on using AI, thinking they'll get rich by letting ChatGPT do all the work for them. And that's not how you create wealth. You need to provide value to society to make money. It's as simple as that. Still, humans are naturally lazy, which is why I keep seeing professionals posting AI-generated content on LinkedIn. And these professionals, however, don't seem to notice the hundreds of angry comments calling them out for their lack of originality. And believe it or not, there's a scientific reason why we're so resistant to this new technology. No one enjoys interacting with robots. Think about how different it feels to argue with a stranger in the comment section versus trying to chat with Gemini AI 5 minutes. We want to feel like there's a real person on the other side of the screen. An AI can never replicate that exchange of ideas because it lacks consciousness and personal opinion. That's why AI-generated products lack emotion. A book written by a robot doesn't carry the fears and feelings of its author. And I don't see ChatGPT becoming the next J.K. Rowling. And I definitely don't see my toaster making a better movie than Tarantino. And the reason for that is simple. A robot doesn't understand human emotions. It can't pretend to, but it just doesn't get them. I mean, think about Star Wars or the last movie you watched. The screenwriter knows exactly how their characters feel about the world around them because they've experienced those emotions before. We empathize with Darth Vader because he wasn't born evil. We feel sad for the Joker because we can imagine what it's like to be cast out of society. And this ability to understand human emotions allows us to create such deep and compelling characters. If you've never had your heart broken, you can't write a song about heartbreak. If you've never been fired, can you really paint a picture expressing that moment's frustration? Humans create art based on emotion. Every human brushstroke can convey sadness, joy, or nostalgia because it comes from real-life experiences. But when AI generates images, it does so based on learned patterns. There's no meaning behind them. AI follows the rules, but artists can break, bend, and experiment with them to create something unique. Our imperfections are what make our creations one of a kind and impossible to replicate. That's why there's no way AI can take your job. Even if you're not a writer, painter, musician, or filmmaker, you can still use creativity to solve problems in your daily life. I've seen construction workers, plumbers, and electricians be more creative than many self-proclaimed artists. That said, I believe less creative professionals are the only ones truly at risk. The only reason you should truly fear AI. If AI can replace you, it probably means you weren't doing your best in the first place. But if you're great at what you do, you'll stand out even more. Since everyone is using AI, human work has become more valuable than ever. You don't have to work too hard to make something way better than a robot could. Thanks to AI, we're in one of the best times in history to prove the value of what we do. And yet, somehow, we're still afraid. It's normal to feel scared when the world around you is changing. I mean, years ago, people thought photography would replace painting, but today, both coexist perfectly fine. Saying AI will replace human jobs is like saying Excel will replace accountants, or that a calculator will replace mathematicians. You have to understand that AI is just another tool at our disposal. If you use it wisely, you can make a ton of money with it, but if you don't adapt, you'll fall behind. I mean, I use AI to automate my clients' businesses in areas where humans are not really needed. For example, answer basic questions or collect data like emails and phone numbers. However, when it comes to closing a sale, I have an entire team of salespeople handling that part of the process because I understand that people buy based on emotions, which AI don't have. You don't buy shoes just because they're practical. You buy them because they make you feel good and they're stylish. Experience, the one thing AI can't replace. The next reason AI won't take your job is your ability to gain experience. This is something AI will never be able to do. Sure, you can train an AI, but you can make it fail, experience setbacks, and go through everything that comes with that. I had to fail in multiple businesses to truly learn how to build a successful company. That's why other business owners pay me to help them improve their results. If you've never run a business yourself, you can't teach someone else to build one. So go ahead, take business advice from an AI. Let me know how that works out for you. Spoiler alert, it's going to cost you a lot because these AIs are not teaching you anything. They're just pulling and rearranging information from the internet. More importantly, there's no way to know if that information is even accurate in the first place. Who do you think businesses will turn to when making an important decision? A robot that rewrites ideas from Wikipedia, or a professional who has spent a lifetime mastering their craft? The answer is simple. So don't worry or fall for the clickbait, because these content creators feed off your fear. Literally, you're paying their salaries when you watch their videos. Our jobs are safe as long as companies need people to sell their products to. Without workers, there's no economy. Remember, a hammer is useless without someone to swing it. Your work is what gives it value. If you start seeing AI as a tool instead of a threat, you might unlock your potential along the way. This is Chris, Bad Hombres TV. I'll see you next time.